Let me now welcome the final speaker of this session, Sean Altamura for EPM. Sean will present remotely a talk on leveraging drone technology for a new urban industry. So Sean, welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, and now the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. So I'm presenting a company called Unmanned for You, and Unmanned for You is at the same time a service company and an ongoing R&D project. So the mother company of Unmanned for You is called EPM, and EPM is a company that manages real estate properties and assets. That would be hospitals, train stations, public buildings, but they also take part in events. It could be cultural events for third parties. A spin-off of EPM is Luma, and Luma is an energy supplier. We basically install solar panels, but we also retrofit older buildings with more efficient energy services and insulation. So as I was saying, Unmanned for You is an ongoing R&D project and at the same time a service company, and the focus is on drones. Not only limited to drones, but drones and eVTOLs. So a drone is basically shaped a little bit like a helicopter, so we just call it a copter or a drone. And an eVTOL is basically the same thing, but with a fixed wing that makes it more efficient. So the focus is on technological innovation and decarbonization in delivery, in maintenance, and we will see in a minute also in cleaning services. So about us, about Unmanned for You, we are members of DAC. DAC is the aerospace district of Region Campania. We're also members of the Drone Observatory of Milan, and we have a working relationship with DTA, which would be the Aerospace Technological District of Region Apulia. Two of our main R&D projects are the ETOS project and EliHub. The third one, I called it CPCA, which would be Clean Panels for Clean Energy. So this is the latest addition. In the picture, you can see one of our drones basically spraying windows with water. About the ETOS project, the purpose of the ETOS project is delivery of medical material and blood. And many people who have been involved in drones are familiar with this use case because it's the use case that everybody is going for throughout Europe. First of all, because we are basically helping hospitals and helping patients. And secondly, because as in the case that of the route we're developing in Region Campania, we're not necessarily flying over urban environments. So we're trying to develop a route between an island of the Bay of Naples, Ischia, and the mainland, a hospital in Pozzuoli. So here you can see a couple of pictures from back in the day 2019 when we did our first flight. Our latest flight was with another drone company called Flying Basket, but I'll tell you more about Flying Basket in a second. The EliHub project is basically an idea of securing rooftops of buildings and offering services to third parties when those third parties will come into play in urban environments. Amazon made news already last year and the year before, announcing that they were going to experiment with drone delivery in Europe in 2 locations, one in the UK and one in Italy. And so imagine Amazon delivering in an urban environment, as is already happening in other places in Europe. Then we would offer services like landing platforms, landing stations, recharge for drones, and delivery of goods, sharing part of the revenue with the people who live in those buildings. Some of the current activities of clean panels for clean energy include thermographic inspections of solar panels for large solar plants, and cleaning of solar panels and of glass windows in high-rise buildings, which are to start in mid-2025. So we already have around 160,000 euros worth of contracts awarded from the previous year, 2024. And the moment our SORA is approved, we're looking at a projection of 600,000 euros for next year. So I want to stop a little bit and illustrate these pictures a little bit better. So here there is a DJI drone. This drone is called Matrice, and it's the Series 3. And usually the drone is equipped with, let's say, cameras or thermographic cameras for inspections. But in this setup, we have basically a nozzle spraying water at high pressure and cleaning the solar panels or cleaning windows. Now, the trade-off with this system is that the system is tethered. So we have a water line that can be up to 100 meters, which tethers the drone itself to a pump and allows us to spray water. The idea of clean panels for clean energy is to connect all of the services of our mother company, EPM, to our other company that installs solar panels, Luma, with Unmanned for You, and we are doing it with drones. So the idea is the economy of the 3 companies, so the business streams that the 3 companies generate come full circle. And we're trying to favor energy efficiency and sustainability by doing it with drones. Now, normally solar panels need to be inspected for energy efficiency and to see if all of them are yielding the right amount of energy once a year. And the recommendation for cleaning is, according to the location, once every 6 months or once every 12 months. So by not having workers go on a rooftop and doing, let's say, a risky job, and by doing it with electricity, we are going in the direction of greater safety and efficiency as well as sustainability. Some of the other current activities also include safety. So here in the top 3 pictures, or actually in the top 4 pictures, we equipped the DJI Matrice drone with a defibrillator, carrying it in a 3D printed box, and basically we gave first aid to someone suffering a heart attack. So we did this first demonstration last year in Taranto, together with the National First Aid Emergency Service 118, and then again last year in Verona, in at the fair Let Expo. So in the small picture, you can see I am the person supposedly having a heart attack. And this was a collaboration with the Carabinieri Corps, who were there in Verona to teach everyone how to use defibrillators. Another activity is actually entertainment. So here we have an event that took place on, actually two events that took place on the waterfront of Naples City. So the first event was Napoli Racing, which was a motor show, and we organized a display of drones. So there was a fleet of about 200 drones flying in the skies of Naples, making a highly entertaining show and replacing fireworks. The next event was with MSC Cruises, and it was organized for Mare Vivo. Mare Vivo is an association fighting for awareness about the importance of the oceans and the sea and pollution in the sea. And so we organized a sustainable show for them. Another obvious use case would be to organize entertainment for cruise ships that normally approach cities. So a show could be organized not necessarily from the ship, but from the mainland, and the people on board the ship would be able to enjoy it. We also got interest from racing circuits, because racing circuits and organizers of car races told us that fireworks normally dirty the circuit. So having a clean show without having to clean the circuit the day after would obviously be a plus for them. Now, a very important part of the work of Unmanned for You is creating partnerships, creating a fleet of drones to use in different use cases, training pilots and training ground staff. So this may not sound like innovation, but it is quite difficult. So finding the right partners and training the pilots to use their systems involves traveling to the location of the producer and then getting the pilots certified. So these are just some of our partners. DJI, which as you know is based in China, Rigitech, which is a partner based in Switzerland, which means that we traveled to Switzerland, developed a working relationship with them, tested the drone, and trained the pilots. The same with Jetsi, which is another Swiss company that produces eVTOLs, and Flying Basket, which is an Italian company. So these are the pictures of us going to Switzerland and training one of our pilots, Gennaro Tarantino, to use the Eiger drone. And I was also present there, learning all the flight checks that you have to do before flight. Jetsi is another Swiss company. And what is innovative about the Jetsi drone is that it can actually land on the windowsill of a window. So JETSI does a service carrying blood samples from a hospital to a laboratory and vice versa. So the innovation here is the ability of a drone to land on any window. So probably we will study a system for Naples, for the Policlinico of Naples and the Zona Ospedaliera of Naples, which would be interesting for us and for JETSI as well. Now, Flying Basket is a very special company because Flying Basket, as you can see, is not an eVTOL, but it's a copter model, and it can carry a very, very heavy load, up to 100 kilograms for about 5 kilometers. The less the load, the longer the distance it can cover. So they are currently delivering post between Naples and the island of Procida in Naples Bay. And we used a Flying Basket drone to carry blood samples between Pozzuoli and Ischia with the ETOS project. What is special about Flying Basket is that it is the first Italian company to obtain a look certification. This look certification basically means that they can assess the risk for each one of their operations, and this is automatically approved by ENAC, which is the flight authority. So Flying Basket is the first company of Italy to reach this milestone, and we are proud partners of Flying Basket. ATI is basically Air Taxi Israel, which is helping us develop our business plans. And then again, with DJI, we also have a partnership with another Israeli company called Blade Ranger for another system for cleaning solar panels and windows in high-rise buildings. And this partnership sees Unmanned for You being exclusive operator in Italy. So there will be no one else who will be able to operate their payload in Italy. And basically their payload is coupled with a DJI Agras T50 drone, which again is a very large copter drone capable of cleaning a large number of solar panels or windows in a very short time. So basically networking and creating partnerships while being technologically agnostic is behind the philosophy of Unmanned for You. Now, last but not least, the drone industry is facing many bottlenecks and challenges, and the main challenge is to guarantee safety at all times, because we are dealing with the complexities of a shared U-space. So U-space is the space in the sky between 0 meters above sea level and 120 meters above sea level. And drones and eVTOLs are going to have to share that space with helicopters and airplanes and not interfere in anyone's flight. So this means we need to be able to track the flight of the drones or eVTOLs in real times with no lag, and avoid any kind of collision and any kind of hazard to people in cities or people who come into the proximity of drones. And then within the drone industry, there's a tendency to race after the latest prototype, the latest innovation possible, without actually paying too much attention to consolidated activities that are already producing revenue and also foster acceptance in public opinion. So that is also very important, that we continue using drones for things like I'm thinking cinema, filmography, but also survey in architecture or inspections in construction, building work, and the like. Another bottleneck is that the flight authorities, ENAV, ENAC, and DFlight take a lot of time to process risk assessment documents. And one risk assessment document that we are currently dealing with is called SORA. So SORA stands for Specific Operation Risk Assessment. It's an excellent safety tool. However, processing times and permits need to be faster if we want to favor competitiveness with other countries. And that's all for my intervention. So I hope I was clear. I hope my slides were pretty much self-explanatory, and I hope you found it interesting.